Hello guys, so here is the fabric we're going to be using. For this skirt you need a stretchy fabric, and you can check how stretchy it is. The stretchiest part should go around your waist, should be the width of your skirt. So here are the things that I'm going to be using, and here are the measurements that I'll be following. So fold your fabric like this. This side, which is facing me, is where we're going to start the measurements from, because it will have two folds. So I'll measure how much fabric I'm going to need. My length is 22 inches plus 1 inch hemming allowance and 2.5 inch for the band. So that will be 25.5, and I'll just cut that out. Then I'm going to start with the 2.5 inch for the band, which we're going to just label here, and this line will be the beginning of, this will be our waistline. This is where we're going to be starting from with the measurements. Okay, so from here my waist to hip measurement is 9 inches, which I'm just marking there. Then the full length of the skirt is 22 inches. Which I'm marking here, and the hemming is remaining at the bottom, as you can see. Alright, then we just put in the lines, the horizontal lines for everything. As you can see, our waistline, hip and full length. So we'll start with our waist. My waist is 8.2, which I've just measured. My hip measurement was 10.5, but subtract 1 inch from that, from your hip measurement. Then use your waist measurement for the full length. So you can make some markings in case you think you'll be confused where the front and bottom part of the top and bottom part of your skirt is concerned. You can actually make some labels, but I'll make sure that my bottom part is curved, but the top part where the waistband will be, I'll make sure it will be a straight line, and I think from that I won't be able to be confused. So I'm just joining everything. Okay, then here I'll make sure it's a straight line. Do check out the basic skirt block. Then I'll cut with an allowance of 0.5 inches. So as you can see, my waist side is a little bit straighter, like that. So this is how it has turned out, guys. 2 pieces are needed. We're going to make 2 stitches, 1 at each edge. When sewing, use the biggest stitch, and then support the fabric. Do not by any chance stretch it, just support the fabric without stretching it. Then here's how it has turned out. My hip is a little bit bulging. I did not subtract the 1 inch, so I'll just correct that. In case any of this happens, you can also correct it, guys. So I've corrected it, and now you can see how flat it lays on my hip, how the seams lay flat on my hip. So I've put 2 stitches at each side seam. If you've got a zigzag machine, do use a zigzag machine when sewing this. It's better for stretchy fabrics. And if you're using a regular machine, make sure you use the biggest stitch. Okay, then I'll turn this and go to the waistband, fold in 1.5 inches. Remember, we left 2.5 inches for the waist. Now make sure your elastic is also prepared and close by. I've pinned everything and I've already sewn by 0.5 sewing allowance, and as you can see, here is how it looks like. Here is a 0.5 allowance, so the 1 inch remains there. 1 inch, 1 inch for the band. Then as you can see, I left out this gap for the elastic so that we can just push it in to come out from the other side. So push in the elastic band inside the elastic, push it in and straighten the fabric as you push it in, guys. You get the hold of it as you try to do it multiple times. So I'll just push in my elastic, then straighten my material, push in the elastic, straighten your material. Okay, until you get to the end. And I finally got to the end. Straighten out your fabric. I'll remove my pin. Then we can now secure the elastic. You can put 2-3 stitches. I'm putting 3 stitches on this elastic band just to make sure it's strong and cannot come out or burst out. Then straighten out the fabric. Make sure it's facing in one direction. Make sure it's straight everywhere. Just check that out and make sure it is. Then I'll put a pin at all the seams. I'll put 1 stitch and I'll do the same at the other side, just to hold it in place so that it does not move. So do the same even at the other side. So I'm done and I've hemmed the bottom part, as you can see. Guys, thank you so much for coming this far in this video. Shout out to my subscribers, guys. I love you so much. For my new viewers, do subscribe to get more content